that she will detoxify him now and that he should like else. And the saint tells him not to. And each
Been
person
what?
has a different
3
part of the
years.
body that performs the magic.
Well,
The saint removes
the
her
war
shoes
is
and says
officially
that her
up.
purification magic is in her feet, using steps to carry it out. She says that while she is using the
The
purification magic,
Fontory,
he must.
not many live here anymore. Let me show you why. Look, after the war, even my house got destroyed. So I decided, since not many people live here in the city area anymore, why not take the dibs on the mansion, on one of the mansions. This one. So yeah, I mean, may as well, since no one lives here anymore. Well, not many people live here anyway, you know what I mean. Okay, press play.
Not harbor malicious thoughts. Otherwise, the magic will gradually lose its effect. Sirius
Oh,
asks
boy.
about these malicious thoughts, whether they refer only to him. And the saint answers yes, and that from the moment she became a saint of the Holy See, her desires were taken away. Now he must completely relax, because she will move from top to bottom. This is a necessary process to evaluate his physical condition in order to treat the body more precisely. The saint moves her foot along his arm and hand, and the protagonist thinks that she wants to use her foot to move his hand. The saint tells him not to move, that she will do it herself, otherwise it will affect her ability to cast the magic. The chair is pressed against the wall and she will use his face as support. While the saint rests one foot on his face, she moves the other along his body and says that she is starting. The pressure increases, becoming more and more intense. Sirius appears in another place, blue, and the protagonist asks why he is floating in the water and where he is. The saint's foot appears in that place as well, moving closer to him. Sirius thinks it is very heavy and starts screaming. Outside that place, the saint lifts her foot and tells him to relax and not to resist the foot, because this is part of the healing process. She is using the purification magic to project his consciousness into a part of his body and will pull him out of the water, and his fingers will be fine. In the consciousness, the saint moves her foot toward him again. The protagonist grabs her foot, and the saint says that she will pull him out in one go. Sirius says that something below the water is wrapping around him, and the saint says that those are the poisons in his body. The particles beneath the water try to pull him down, and the saint tells him to hold on to the foot. The protagonist grabs it and bites the pantyhose, thinking that he needs to tear it open to expose it. Otherwise, he will not get a firm grip. The saint says that he tore it to pieces and that this is rude. Sirius wedges himself between her toes to hold on, while something pulls him from under the water, and he thinks that even though she is squeezing him hard, he does not feel pain. Instead, he feels very comfortable. Her toes are warm. In the consciousness, the protagonist manages to free himself from the particles, and outside the consciousness, the finger that was between her toes also slips free. Sirius realizes that it is working, and the saint says that she feels there is another trace, and that he needs to take off his shoe. Then the protagonist removes the shoe, and the saint moves her foot close to his foot, and says that his limbs have been restored. Sirius thinks that the purification magic is incredible, and the saint says that now she needs to change direction. She has found the location of the poison in his body, and they need to work together to detoxify it. He must not move. Then the saint moves her foot, and the protagonist wonders if it is there. The saint says that she will push it downward. He needs to pull the poison to the surface, and it will disappear, and the body will be detoxified. Sirius says that he cannot breathe under the water. The saint tells him not to panic, that being enveloped like this, he will be fine, and that she will help him expel all the poison, continuously strengthening his power. The protagonist realizes that he is getting bigger, and asks whether this is the poison in his body. Sirius approaches the water, and the saint notices something, feeling her body strange, while the system notifies that it has been locked, favorability 1%. The protagonist screams loudly, and the poison coils around his entire body. The saint says that this water represents the body of consciousness. He needs to use magic to create a shield around his body, overcome these poisons, and resonate with the magic itself. And Sirius tells her to hurry because he is already entangled. The saint says that she is starting now. The protagonist says that the poisons are being destroyed. The saint says that the shield has been set up for him, and that he needs to swim downward and try. Sirius starts swimming and says that it works. The shield is tearing the poisons apart, and in this way he can get close to the source of the poison soon. The protagonist keeps swimming and asks why he has still not gotten closer, saying that he has swum a long distance and should have reached it by now. The saint says that he cannot use real-world distance to judge distance within bodily consciousness, because what seems close is actually far, and she thinks that to maintain that shield she needs to keep rubbing continuously, which will be extremely exhausting. She feels a sense of joy spreading from her feet, and this is strange. Then the protagonist notices something and says that her shield is cracking. The saint says that her purification magic is weakening, and that if he wants to detoxify himself, he must stop having impure thoughts about her. Otherwise, the purification magic will fail. Within the consciousness, the shield shatters, and the poison coils around the protagonist's body as he struggles to breathe. The saint thinks that she needs to rub harder to repair the shield quickly. The purification magic must not fail, and the favorability keeps increasing. In the consciousness, the protagonist is suffering greatly, until outside the consciousness, Cirrus opens his eyes and looks at her. The saint thinks that she has to fix the shield. When she stepped on him, there truly was an inexplicable pleasure, and she wants to keep stepping on him, until someone calls out to her, and the saint asks whether he has already returned to reality. The protagonist answers yes, and the saint says that the treatment failed. She wonders about what just happened to herself, and thinks that her heart is beating very fast now, and this sensation feels very familiar, resembling impure thoughts. Thoughts that cause the purification magic to fail. She must never let anyone know about this, because it concerns the dignity of the Holy See. She says that his treatment is over. Cirrus asks whether she also cannot remove the poison from his body, and the saint replies that of course she can. There is no poison she herself cannot cure. As soon as she finds a way to reach the source of the poison, she will inform him, but she can still heal his limbs. The saint also says that he can go to the Holy See at any time to find her, and that her name is Lilia. That is all for today. The protagonist thinks that, indeed, to detoxify himself, finding Azathoth is essential after all. The saint leans against the wall and thinks that she almost could. Daisy says that if he needs any help in the future, she can help him, and Cirrus replies that he knows. Yug approaches and says that the two of them seem to be getting along well. Daisy throws the fruit into the trash. Later, at the house, the protagonist puts on his armor and says that he has an important task for her, that she needs to transform into a human and buy food, but must not be caught. Yug says not to worry, that she will complete the task. Cirrus thinks is falling and that they should dodge. The dragon crashes to the ground, and Cyrus is shocked to see that she brought it down with her bare hands. The warrior also lands on the ground. It is Dapin, rank S from Area K, and she asks which area they are from. The captain says they are from Area Z, a team from Area Z, and Dapin asks whether they are also there to conquer the Shia dungeon. Cyrus answers yes. Dapin says that Area K did not request support from Area Z and asks whether he is trying to compete with her. The captain thinks that fighting Dapin them at breakneck speed and we're about to catch them.
Done.
Explosion after explosion continued. At that time, suddenly a fighter decided to turn around, making his comrades very surprised. He intended to hold all the monsters by himself. That person's name is Seo Muño. Even though his friends tried to prevent his actions because they were running out of time, they were forced to team.
Ready?
Seeing the crushing...
Cool. Let's do it out here. Well, I'll see you in 20 years. I will be in another dimension with me and my girls. So yeah, I'll see you in 20 years again.